seeing where this goes.
So make sure you guys again, subscribe to wherever you listen to the podcast or watch it. Make sure you subscribe. Hit us with the comments. Let us know what you want to see, what questions you want us to ask. This is our show together. We want to make it we want to make really good content, and we want to enlighten minds one question at a time for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the big thing about the unity and diversity type of part of this show is bringing on so many different types of people that do different things.
Yeah,
and I think that's gonna spark more conversations, but also for the people listening, definitely the questions part, submit that, because we're gonna ask those questions. So whatever you want to know. We'll try to find out for you. We're probing the universe through this process called side by side.
Side by side, as we said, side by side, man. But so now today you were out and about, nice, and what were you doing? You were with the wife?
I was. We have been trying to buy a house.
Oof.
And it's been rough. I mean, the Austin market is insane. So, but
Frothy.
doing that, and just I was.
Did you see anything you liked today or no?
Sort of not. I mean, it's hard because it's we have this thing with our real estate agent where it's if it's 85% or more, then it's in green light mode.
What do you mean 85% or more?
85% more of what we want.
Okay.
In a house, because you're never going to be able, most of the time, not going to be able to find 100% or more of a house that's your dream house, unless you got mad money and you could just buy that shit cash. Like
all the people from California.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, But
you're a person from California, so.
Not really from California.
Oh, okay, my bad.
But.
Semantics.
Came here from California.
Yeah. I think they want you to go back where you came from. I think I saw a bumper
sticker. At this
sticker
point, bro, I'm a Texan, man. I've been here 3 years. I'm more Texan than you, because you haven't been here that long.
Yeah, but I'm a Texan because I don't pay Texas state tax, so therefore I'm
same.
Yeah, it's funny because that's what this dude would say. I lived in New York for 8 years, as you know, and some New Yorker was trying to say I'm not a New Yorker or whatever, and my homie from New York, OG back in the day, shout out to Ivan Samuels, he's like, you pay taxes? And I was like, yeah, I pay taxes. He was like, you a New Yorker then? And I was like, okay.
Is that Lamb Pots?
Yeah, that's Lamb Pots.
Dude,
yeah,
I freaking love that guy, man. We had such a good night with him.
He's such a vibe. We got to get him on the show,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
we got to add him to the guest list for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We got to add him.
Yo, I got to see what he's been up to, man. I love his.
He's got great stories from the 80s, bro, because he was around, when was it Studio 54 or whatever? He was in there. He was explaining to me a really cool concept. He's like, yo, partying in New York back in the 80s was on a whole nother level because now how all the clubs are separated, it was this the black club, the hip hop club, this the white club, this the gay club, this the whatever. He was like, nah, bro, it was everybody in one place just partying. And I was like, that sounds incredible.
That disco era, that whole just party vibes, pop music, disco music. People didn't give a shit. They were there to just get jiggy.
Just get jiggy, bro. And he's got some stories, so we definitely have to get him on. Yeah, Lamb Pots.
Yeah, hell yeah. Last thing before we head on out of the podcast, we have a tradition now that I started, that I forced Damari into, called Fight Night. And tonight is a fight night. So we got UFC. There's a lot going on in the sports world. We got NFL crazy. There's Devontae. I'm a Packers fan. Devontae Adams got traded. Rodgers re-signed. Deshaun Watson's going to the Browns. I don't know if you knew that.
I don't know any of these people.
It's crazy. But anyways,
I know Rodgers.
We got Fight Night tonight.
Fight Night.
You excited?
Dude, you're not making those wings there.
Are you more excited for Fight Night or to talk to Marcella on the couch?
Well, she's been asleep, so I don't know if maybe she'll wake up for us. But I was really excited because last Fight Night you made fire wings, and I told him, I was like, listen, if this podcast goes well or doesn't go well, it doesn't matter. Either way it goes, I'm going to straight up Jesse Pinkman him and just tie him to underneath a food truck or something like, and he's just gonna be making like hot bro. These wings were so wet and spicy and so good. Like, no, like for
You're
real,
hyping me up too much,
bro. Because dog. Listen,
I'm just a humble man who cooks dinner for his family.
It's definitely no cap with me. Like, I don't have time to like, feed people's ego. Yo, bro, I'm traveling all like, okay. I stopped eating meat for about 10 years.
And I was also similarly, I didn't eat meat for 5 years.
Right. So
the first thing I ate when I stopped was chicken wings.
Bingo. So I'm back, baby. So I went to Chicago for Will Trey's. He's actually going to be on the show with Phil.
Shout out.
But he is like one of my best friends. And it was his wedding or whatever. And I was like the only person, me and my +1 at the time, like were the only people who did not eat meat at this entire wedding. So they had like this special thing for us, which was actually delicious, but it was like some trouble getting it out and yada, yada, yada. It came. We were still hungry after. It was like, oh man, we were like super hungry. So when we left the wedding, which was at like Harborside golf course, and we left, and I was like, yo, bro, we gotta stop. We gotta stop at Harold's. So we stopped at Harold's, my favorite one, which doesn't exist anymore, but on 87th and Dan Ryan, and we slid in there to pick up catfish. I'm picking up catfish, but mind you, like I'm in a suit, right? I'm with my homie Marlon. He's in a suit. I'm with my +1, and we are like out there just like waiting. And I get the catfish, boom, boom, boom. They make it. We leave. We get back to our hotel room, open up the bag, and there's like 4 wings in there. Like, in addition to what we actually ordered, okay. But it was like, I guess they just like dropped them in there because they probably thought we were like tourists or something. Like, why would they come to Harold's and get fish? So they drop it in there. Now, normally, if I was like at home, I would have just like fed it to the dog or something.
Thinking that you just tried to articulate that, like the server at the Harold's was like thinking, these people came to Harold's and ordered fish only.
That's that's the
I'm
vibe.
Just put these wings in there anyway.
Because there's no other reason. We never ordered them, and like mind you, like my +1 is a white girl, so it's like we literally like are on the south side of Chicago, like dressed up. She's in a whole like gown, all of this, and it just looked out of pocket. So I think they were like, bro, what are these people doing? But meanwhile, like I'm born and raised in Chicago, like whatever. So we get back to the hotel, we open it up. Normally, I would have just given the chicken to Ludo, which is my dog, and he would have devoured it, but he wasn't with us. So we're looking at it, and she's like, yo, that chicken look good. And she had it before, like during one of our previous visits when she was still eating meat. And I'm like, bro, we got to do it. So we ate it. And ever since that wedding, bro, I've been like secretly hooked to chicken, but I would only do Harold's. So it'd only be when I go back to Chicago and I get Harold's. Not no more, bro.
You moved to Texas and that was over.
Bro, discovered Tumble 22, which, yo, we want to sponsor. We want a sponsorship with Tumble 22.
We just want to have like a spread of
just a spread of dang hot chicken wings.
Yo, Harold's, bro. First time I ever smoked weed and got high. First thing I ate high was Harold's.
On Harrison?
Yes.
So good.
So
good. Bro, you can never go wrong. So, like, if you are not from Chicago, you visit Chicago, make sure you go to Harold's. Like, don't even waste your time. Go to Harold's. And then it got to a point where it, like, just devolved from Harold's to I started eating sharks again. And I was just, like, going nuts, bro. And now, like, I'm in Texas. I'm going nuts, and I'm just going all over the place. I had chicken wings from an Indian restaurant inside of a gas station. Okay, that's how crazy it's got. Like, it's an addiction.
He went from fucking vegetarian, damn near vegan, to eating chicken out of a gas station.
Out of a gas station, bro. Like, and it's so good, bro. It's so fire. Like, I gotta bring you something. It's hella expensive. There's like 6 pieces for like $10.99 because apparently there's a chicken shortage or something going on in the world. It's crazy. But then. And then BW Dub, we were doing that for a little bit with Big Unk because I like BW Dub, but I feel like they fell off. I just had Pluckers for the first time last weekend in Houston. Bro,
Was not impressed.
What you want are the wings from Rizzo. I'm trying to tell y'all, that's what y'all actually want. And if this takes
I'll never give away my secret tool for chicken wings.
that's why we chaining him. That's why we chaining him underground, and he's just gonna be down there whipping up chicken, and we'll let him up to come do a show, and then you send him right back down to the basement to go whip up more chicken.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're doing for you, and then we're gonna pair it with beer or something. So that's I have a whole idea, bro. Like this dude's making or you just got to share the recipe with Big Unk, and then Unk will handle that, because we can have like a side-by-side food truck. Would y'all come to the side-by-side food truck, bro?
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know. We're gonna pair beer with chicken and beer. That was Ludacris's third album, right? Chicken and beer. We're gonna pair that. And you can come meet us and hang out, and maybe we'll have some giveaways. Maybe some giveaways to the games or whatever. Well, potentially, we'll see.
Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he doesn't want you guys to come to the game.
One last thing. I always watch podcasts, and I'm always like, why did they choose that stuff on their set and all that? And like, is it just meaningless or whatever?
Yeah.
And no, I want to make a point that on our podcast, we're going to talk about the little accoutrement that we add to the set.
Love it.
And obviously, you can see here a few things. I'll start.
Okay.
So I put Bubba here.
Who's Bubba?
My big homie from the day I was born.
Wow.
So it's my baby bear that I've had since I was literally fresh out the womb.
Love it.
Had him ever since. And then across from Bubba, we got the Aztec death whistle. I heard about these things. They're super, super cool, crazy. It feels like you're conjuring the dead to come
Give
rise.
it a blow, bro. Let them know.
I'm gonna
Super
try.
creepy.
This is gonna be weird. It sets Tux off, so if you hear a dog barking, he's actually right here. He came. How fortuitous was that? The moment I pick up the thing that he hates the most in the house is like he came in here to hang out.
Let's set him off.
All right, here we go. Hang on.
Dude, that's a death call.
He barked.
Yeah, he
So
barked.
this guy makes a ham. It's all right, buddy. You're okay. You're okay.
He's here to protect
I know.
us.
Okay, we'll put it away. Don't worry. I know it makes you mad. But yeah, that thing is sweet. Then definitely got to have the herbs burning.
Sage.
Keep the vibes right. And then you brought our dear friend.
I brought, this is like my favorite person. Top three for sure of people that I would definitely.
Malcolm, by the way.
I feel like a lot of people
favorites.
sleep, and he's like, a lot of people hate on him because of things that he did earlier in his career, and just a lot of.
Gotta read the autobiography.
Got to read the autobiography, and you also have to go and read a lot of his speeches. And if you watch, any of his debates against these like liberals way back in the '60s, I mean, he was just crushing them, and they couldn't understand it. And then they did a follow-up 30 years later or something in 1992 of those people that he was arguing with, and they all were like, he was right. Mm-hmm. He was right. We didn't understand it. He was just so far ahead of his time. Yeah. And big fan, like top three of all time for me, like up there. Like it's like Jesus, and then like Malcolm, and then maybe like Kanye or something. So it's like top three, dog. Like it's
And then we have this is my record collection beneath. A lot of records.
And you got the guitars that have some type of meaning. They're like family, right?
So it was my first. This is my first guitar. My brother gifted me a long time ago for Christmas one year. I've written most of my songs on this guitar.
Did you say rodent? I love it.
Oh, sorry, written. I don't know why. Must be
he's
time
drinking coffee.
Must be time to end the podcast. Brandon's saying roten, which is not even a fucking word.
No, let's make up a word. Hashtag rodent, bro.
Written most of my songs on that. And then this is my Gretsch, was the second guitar I got. Actually, this is secretly my favorite current guitar. Don't tell her that, but it's my favorite guitar. But this is my electric. And actually, the story of how I got this was sick. And then I got my bass over on the right shoulder.
Love it.
So,
no, it's exciting. And so we'll, kind of try to switch out the props as we go along. But, man, thanks for joining us.
This has been fun, man.
It's been so much fun, dude. I love you, bro.
First podcast.
Come on,
love
man.
you too, bro. This is awesome.
And yeah, man, thanks for being here with us today.
Absolutely.
You can follow him at Rizzo Feels.
Correct.
And you can follow me at JudahClan on any platform.
And don't forget to follow Elusis Media Group.
Please. That's where we're going to be dropping a lot of stuff. Until we're side by side next week. Peace.